We're back with Team USN cycling champions Cherise Taylor and Karien van Jaarsveld. They're preparing for the Sani to See later this month, and we chat about nutrition before and during a race.
Yesterday you spoke about the Sani to See, which is next on the calendar for you guys. What is this race all about?
It's quite a big event here in Natal, and I think especially for all mountain bikers around the country. Definitely one event that we would like to do well in, and quite a big one on our calendar.
How does a race like this work? I mean, in terms of sleeping and your clothing and your bikes.
It is quite a logistical challenge. I think we need to get to Underberg to start off with. If you take the Sani to See, for instance, and you need all your bike backup support, extra tires, extra wheels. You have to arrive at the start, and you have to get your luggage transported from one start to the next.
650 teams are set to take part this year. The organisers collaborate with local communities along the 3-day route to provide all meals and extra food and beverage stalls.
Tell us about the training and supplementation leading up to an event like this.
I'll have quite an easy week, the week before the Sani to See. I really believe in phosphate loading, so I start with that 3 days before with a VO2 max and a cramp block that I drink morning, off in the midday and then at the night. Then there's also enduro sport, which you can carbo load at, and it just helps with all your glycogen levels and helps getting your blood sugar and everything just right for the day. Just before the event, I also believe in having one bottle with a bit of stimulant, so I'll try a bottle of Cyto Power HP, which I have an hour before the start, just so that I'm fresh on the start.
In the 6-week lead up to the event, the cyclists overload their muscles, training hard not only to build endurance, but also condition their bodies to recover quickly for the next day.
The third aspect that is very important is obviously nutrition. Tell me about that leading up to an event like this.
Going into the event, your body needs to be topped up with all the vitamins and minerals and all the proteins and carbohydrates that you need. So definitely starting a couple of days before, having pasta for carbohydrates, and also do some lean proteins, which I'll do. I definitely have a protein shake even a couple of days before the event starts, and during the event quite a lot of protein shakes.
Karien, Cherise mentioned carbo loading and phosphate loading, but specifically carbo loading, what role does that play within stage racing?
The carbo loading phase really needs to go hand in glove with a reduction in training. So as you take in more carbs, before the event, your training tapers down, so your glycogen levels are completely restored. So it's not really just feasting on pasta all the time, it's just to make sure that you're fully stocked and ready to go for the event.
The first meal of the day is also key. On race day, Cherise starts off with a low GI bread and chocolate spread for energy, while Karien enjoys oats, muesli and fruit.
Now, for someone like me that would like to get into stage racing, what advice do you have?
I'd say the most important part of it would be obviously training. You definitely want to go into something like this confident, knowing that you can do it. The race simulation would be very good to do a couple of weeks before you overload your body with kind of the same distances that you're going to be doing in a stage event. And then having a couple of easy days before that, and maybe doing another week of really hard efforts. And definitely the week before the event is definitely rest. You need to be well rested coming into an event like this, because you are going to be using up everything that you have during the event.
The Dynamite duo say they also eat while on the bike to keep their energy levels up. Enough nutrition is all important. Join us again tomorrow for more tips on strategic racing.